This is Noreen from Joya Cards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, click that subscribe and the little bell thing, and you'll be notified when my videos release. Anyway, today I am doing By the Bay Suite, and this is from the new mini catalog, and it's on page 22 and 23. And we get all kinds of goodies with this. You get the flat adhesive backed pearls, which I used here. You get some beautiful designer series paper. I mean, it is killer good. And you get a ribbon if you choose to use a ribbon. It's a really cool blue and white ribbon. But let me show you, and we're going to be making this card at the end, so stay tuned. But you've got 16 dies, you got a bunch of stamps. I do like to stamp them out first to see how well they stamp, and they do pretty well. So I chose, in fact, you can choose this in the cling back, which are the orange stamps, or you can use the clear. These are the orange stamps, and then they're clear stamps. I like these a little better because they stamp a little better, in my opinion. So, but this is how they all stamp. And then you've got all these dies. So these three birds here are one die. And then there's also three shells that are one die. And you've got oysters and you got grass. And what's interesting about them, these two little shells here and these shells, the big shell and the grass, they do not have stamps that coordinate it. They're on their own. And there's also this die cut here, which cuts the paper. And we're going to use that in the card. So that's a good thing. And then this is how they stamp and die cut. That's really cool. And then you can also die cut on some of the DS paper, like the bird, definitely. The crab, that's on a couple of sheets. And then you've got those dies that are connected together, like the shells. You can die cut the shells in here, but you're going to kill a bunch of paper because they're not, since they're on one die, they're not in the order on the paper, so that's kind of a bummer. But that's okay. The little tiny bird is on one of the sheets. That's on one of the sheets. That's on the die paper. And then this die right here, this one actually folds in half. And what that looks like, I just put the die here. So it'll fold in half like an oyster. And then I took the little pearl die, this is the pearl die, and I put some pearlescent paper, because Stampin' Up! Sells pearlescent paper, and I put it on an adhesive-backed sheet to make it lift up more so than like a dimensional. And it just gives a better kind of a look to it when you use the sheet rather than a dimensional. So there are so many ways you can use this set. My next video, I'm actually going to do more cards, and I'm going to incorporate sea turtle, because I bought these both because I thought they naturally go together. So we'll do sea turtle on the next one with this set and with that beautiful paper, and we'll come up with, like, I don't know, I'll do like maybe 4 cards and we'll make one. So anyway, let's start to making a card. Now, I don't know if the video gives this card any justice, but it's actually, this is 3 sheets of paper. This is up on the adhesive backed strips. This bottom part here, then there's a middle part, and then there's the top part. That's why there's that flat horizon to sky kind of thing going on. But we're going to start with the inside, and we just have a basic back, 5.5 by 4.25. Now all the dimensions, all the supplies, everything is in the description of my video. So if you go to the title of my video and click on the little down arrow and the show more and all that other stuff, everything will pop up. So all the dimensions are there and all the supplies. I'm also an Amazon affiliate. So you like my glass here, that's an Amazon affiliate. The Totally Tiffany folders that I keep dies in, and the magnets and 6x6 paper, that's in there too. Everything that isn't Stampin' Up, should be in the Amazon affiliate there. If you click on that and buy something, great. If you click on that and nothing, I still get a little bit of a credit if you buy anything on Amazon for the next 24 hours. So let's start taking money away from Jeff Bezos. So anyway, so this is 5.5 by 4.25 basic black, and we're going to take this beautiful paper, and this is actually what we're going to die cut here in the middle on the front. So we're going to take this sheet and we're going to get our rectangle stitched frames, and I'm grabbing the third largest stitched frame here, and I'm going to tape it in the middle. Now, when I tape to cut, I use my delicate frog tape. This is the best stuff. You can use it over and over and over again. You can find it in any hardware store. And there's also an Amazon affiliate link. So you can get this and, take money away from Jeff Bezos and, give me $1.50. So anyway, so I use this. It literally is the best. So I'm going to line this up in the middle. And we do want this in the middle because we're going to get it to cut like that. Then we're going to take that cut piece and turn it over and make the back side. So I'm going to cut this and I'll be right back. So we cut that out, and I'm going to take my frame and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the card. I'm using my silicone craft sheet. If you don't have one of these, oh my gosh. Like I said, everything that is Stampin' Up is listed in the description of the video. If you click on any of those links, you can place an order directly with me because it's linked to my Stampin' Up site. And then we have this piece. Now I do want to stamp it first because it's better to stamp before you put it on your piece. And the last time I stamped, I did the heartfelt sympathy. This time I'm going to use thank you for everything and just stamp it on side like that. Then we're going to snail it up and just put it right in the middle of the card like that. So that's the inside. Now let's do the front. So the front consists of 2 DS papers. This one that has this on the back, this one that has the blue shell on the back. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it 3.25 by 5.25. So I'm going to cut that and I'll be right back. So here's my 3.25 by 5.25, and let's go ahead and snail it down, and we're going to put it on the bottom. So the light blue is on the bottom. Now I've made so many cards that I know where my lip should be. So you're going to leave that 1/8 of an inch on all 3 sides here. So this is the opening like this. So the bottom has the blue. You're going to leave that black right here on the side. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to take this die. And I'm going to position this die right over the sand spot. Now, before I do that, let's go ahead and cut this. And this is going to be cut 5.25. I'm not going to worry about the depth. I'm just going to worry about the length. And I'm going to cut it on this side because I want to see as much as that as possible. So I'm going to cut this 5.25. Now I'm going to lie this die on top, and the cutting edge is right on the edge of that one side. So I'm going to lay it right above, or right tiny bit below where the sand hits, and I'm going to tape it down with my delicate frog tape. Only the yellow frog tape, not the green one. This is delicate frog tape. Like I said, it's on an Amazon link. You click on the link, it comes like magically to your door and you don't have to think about it, and it'll last forever. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So I went ahead and I cut it. So it should look like this. Now we're going to take our adhesive backed strips. They look like this. And these things are fantastic. And I just wanted something more than a dimensional because these do give it a different effect. So that's why I'm using these instead of the dimensionals. I mean, if you don't have these, you could get the dimensionals. It'll be fine. But this just looks a tiny bit better. And I'm going to put it right on the edge of that part, and then I'm going to take another strip and I'm going to put it on the bottom part, just like that. And I might as well do some on the sides, just like so, and just like so. Now I'm going to pull these papers off here, and we're going to line it up to the bottom of the other DS paper. Now I thought about using the little sand stamp and putting in the marks of sand on this, but it was such a pretty color. I kind of didn't want to do it. If I would have done it, I would have made it in Sahara sand. Sahara sand worked the best when I was doing all the other stamps. But if you notice, I'm putting it right on the bottom, and it gives it that depth right here because we're going to put all these little greenery things right under it and then on top of it. But now we've got this so far. Now going back to this piece, it's that same piece that we cut with the die. I'm going to cut 1 inch off of that. Now I'm going to grab my black Stampin' Up. This is the only one you can buy individually. It's like $4, totally worth your while. And I'm going to go ahead and do some V's here, like there's some birds in the background, just like so. Now I'm going to give it some snail, and I'm going to go back to my piece, and I'm going to lift up the blue a little bit because I want to tuck this under, because you want it to be under so it looks like the ocean is hitting the sky. And then you got to give it that little buffer there at the top. And then just like so. So now we're going to do some die cutting. You're going to find this paper here. You're going to take your bird die and you're going to put it over the top. Use that delicate frog tape and die cut it out. And what you're going to get is something like that. So you can see how much I've been cutting this. This is really cute. And then we're going to do the mussel. And we're going to cut out one of these mussels here. And it looks like that. And then we're going to cut out the grasses. Now the grasses, I used this one with the fishies on the back. And this one with that like Sahara sand on the back. And I cut out just a bunch of them. At least get like at least 3 or 4 big ones and a couple of little ones. So go ahead and cut those all out. All right, let's start assembling. Let's go ahead and take the bird and put the bird on there first. I went ahead and just put a glue dot toward the bottom. Mind you, there's this cut piece, so you do want it toward the bottom of the bird here so we can get that bird on there. And then I'm going to start snailing up some of these grasses. I'm just going to snail them all and then fit them in. So I grab one of the tall grasses on the lighter paper, and I'm going to tuck it under this ledge we made here with the adhesive strips. I'm going to tuck it in. And I chose the light one because it's against that really dark blue ocean. And then I'm going to grab one of the small ones, and I'll put it right next to it. And then I'm going to grab some more here. And I'm just going to start layering however you want to layer your grasses, and just layer them up until you get what you want. All right, and then I put a dimensional on the mussel just to cover that up, and just make sure you don't go off the edge of the card. And then I've got these came with the flat adhesive back pearls. And I know that's not an oyster, and it's a mussel, but that's okay. It looks pretty anyway. So I'm going to put a couple doodaddies on there, and that's the card. And this set was so cute. I am going to make 4 more cards in the next video. I'm going to incorporate that other stamp set because it goes so well with it. The sea turtle, because, I mean, and so much beautiful paper and so much to work with here that how could you not make a bunch of other cards? So that'll be the next video up. We'll incorporate all of these. So that will do it for me. Thanks. Bye.